Guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited about today's video. A little while back I made a video, I'll link it here in one of the corners, called 5 super cheap ways to drastically improve your live stream. And one of those was talking about getting rid of using a microphone that's built into most gaming headsets and using a dedicated microphone. One of the cheap ways that I recommended doing that was picking up a cheap condenser microphone off of Amazon. And actually the one that I recommended has like 3,000 to 4,000 reviews on Amazon with like a 4.6, 4.7 star review. And after I made that video, the company actually reached out to me and sent me that microphone to actually test for myself. So we're gonna unbox it here real quick in the video. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a blind test where we're going to put this microphone up against some other microphones, including a microphone built into like a Turtle Beach gaming headset, a microphone like the Blue professional microphone USB, as well as what I currently use for my personal setup, which is an Audio-Technica AT20. Is it the 2025, I believe? I'll have to double check for sure, but you know, when we bring it up in this video, I'll say so. But I believe it's the AT2025, which is actually an upgrade from the most popular Audio-Technica microphone used, which is the AT2020. So we're gonna put it against those 3 microphones. And then we're gonna do a blind test. I'm gonna record audio from each of those microphones saying the same thing, play them back to some random people, including my wife, my daughter, maybe some other family members or some friends, and see what they say sounds the best and which ones they say sounds the worst. All right, let's open up this microphone. So the microphone that I recommended is called, I don't know if I'll pronounce this right, but it's FiFine or FiFine, something like that, F-I-F-I-N-E. I recommended just the microphone, which comes with a little desktop stand, and I believe it runs like $30 on Amazon. Sometimes you can get a coupon. They actually sell a full set with the microphone, which includes, as you can see here on the user manual, the boom arm and a pop filter for the microphone. First things first, you get a little user guide, T669. Tells you how to use the mic, how to clamp it, all that stuff. First in the box right away, you get the pop filter. And I actually have several of these. I don't actually prefer this pop filter myself, mainly because it covers up a lot of your face if you have the microphone right in front of you, depending on where you place it. I guess as long as you keep it down enough, it's not a big deal. But I just use the foams that go right over the microphone. But does come with the pop filter, and this whole kit runs about $50. So just the microphone's like $30. If you want to get the boom arm that attaches to your desk, the pop filter and all of that, it runs about $50. So you got a couple gaskets here, a couple rubber bands. Looks like extras that go for the shock mount. Oh, and that's the other thing. You also get the shock mount. So you get the boom arm, the pop filter, the shock mount, everything that you would need in this one device. So you get a little backup accessories, which is just an extra little pad for the arm here. You get the actual microphone, and this is all on a nice foam insert, so hopefully nothing gets damaged. So, and this is a USB microphone, so you get the microphone in here, you get the cables, and actually I said they included this pop filter. They actually include, I didn't know this, but it actually does include the pop filters like what I use, the foam that just goes over the microphone here in the box as well, so you can choose to use whichever one you desire, which is really cool actually. Because like I said, I prefer these personally because then it doesn't take up as much room in front of your face. If you have an ugly face, maybe you should use, no, I'm just kidding. All right, so like I said, comes with a nice long USB cable. I think it was 2.5 meters if I remember correct. Like I said, the shock mount, and then you also have the actual boom arm, which I will be excited to see how it works. I will be testing it out. Because I do currently have 2 other boom arms, one by Newer, which is kind of a popular company, and another off-brand. And the off-brand that I have currently is very cheaply made and does not really stay in the positions they're supposed to. So I'm kind of intrigued to see how well theirs is built and whether it works really well. But that's what you get in the case, the microphone, 2 different styles of pop filters, the shock mount, the boom stand with the clamp and everything for your desk. So now, like I said, what we're going to do is roll the intro, and then when we come back, I'm going to show you guys what each different microphone sounds like, and then we're going to do some blind tests where I'm going to play the recorded sounds from each microphone to some different family members and friends, and we're going to see if they can tell us which ones in their opinions sounds best, which ones sound worst, and then we're going to see where this ranks out of all those options. So one thing to remember is that this microphone is going to be going up against actually all the other microphones cost way more than what this one costs. Like I said, this is $50 for this whole kit, which in my opinion, just from looking at it, is a steal. And if the microphone lives up to the reviews, I think it's a great value for people starting out in streaming. So like I said, let's roll the intro, and then we're going to get into this very exciting video where you might be able to really upgrade your stream audio for a lot less than you think. All right, roll the intro. Alright guys, so we are at the computer, and what I'm going to do, as I was saying during the unboxing, is I'm going to compare the FiFine mic. I was corrected by the people that sell this device. It's actually called FiFine, even though it only says fine once, and before that it says Fi. No, I'm just kidding. But it's pronounced FiFine. So I'm going to put the FiFine mic up against 3 other microphones. My Z300 Turtle Beach headsets. This was not a cheap headset. I know it's a little dated now, but still it was a pricey 7.1 surround sound headphone. So we're going to put it against the microphone that's built into that, as if you were using your normal headset microphone. We're also going to compare it to the Blue Yeti Pro, not the Snowball, so this is the more pricier one. And last but not least, we're going to compare it to the Audio-Technica 2035. I said 2025 during the unboxing, but it is the AT2035, which I did put a little text note there to let you guys know that I misspoke with that. So the one thing, I'm not sure, I have not done this yet, so I don't actually know what to expect, but I will say, out of all of these systems, the cheapest microphone here is the FiFine microphone, the T669. Much cheaper than the Blue Yeti Pro, much cheaper than my headset, and definitely much cheaper than the Audio-Technica AT2035. On top of that, not only is it the cheapest, but it is the only system that comes with the boom arm, the shock mount, the pop filter, and everything in its package for that $50 price. So, it could be the worst out of all of them, I don't know. It could be somewhere in the middle. Am I expecting it to sound the absolute best? No. To be completely honest, I'm expecting this to sound the absolute best. However, what I will say is do keep in mind that for this whole setup, the boom arm, the shock mount, the pop filter, the microphone, the cables, everything you need, $50 on Amazon. So just keep that in mind. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first play a clip from all 4 microphones randomly. These are in no specific order. The first time I play them here that we're going to go right into, I'm going to just put some gameplay with them while they're playing so that you don't know which microphone they are. Then I'm going to show you guys the exact same clips, run right through all the microphones again. I'm going to call them microphone A, B, C, and D. And when I play them the second time, it'll actually have the video with it that was originally with each of these. That way you can actually see which microphone each of those are. Alright, with that said, let's go ahead and start the test. And let's start with microphone A. This is microphone A, and we are doing a quick voice test to see how it sounds and compares to the other 3 mics in this test. All of these mics have a slip-over foam pop filter as well as the following filters running on them. A noise gate which makes the mic only active while I'm speaking, think push-to-talk, and a compressor which helps the mic not peak or distort when I scream suddenly. There have been no other EQ adjustments of any kind to the mics. This is microphone B, and we are doing a quick voice test to see how it sounds and compares to the other 3 mics in this test. All of these mics have a slip-over foam pop filter as well as the following filters running on them.
a noise gate which makes the mic only active while I'm speaking, think push to talk, and a compressor which helps the mic not peak or distort when I scream suddenly. There has been no other EQ adjustments to any of the mics. This is microphone C, and we are doing a quick voice test to see how it sounds and compares to the other three mics in this test. All of these mics have a slip over foam pop filter as well as the following filters running on them. A noise gate which makes the mic only active while I'm speaking, think push to talk, and a compressor which helps the mic not peak or distort when I scream suddenly. There has been no other EQ adjustments to any of the mics. This is microphone D, and we are doing a quick voice test to see how it sounds and compares to the other three mics in this test. All of these mics have a slip over foam pop filter as well as the following filters running on them. A noise gate which makes the mic only active while I'm speaking, think push to talk, and a compressor which helps the mic not peak or distort when I scream suddenly. There have been no other EQ adjustments to any of the mics.
Alright guys, so there you have it. The 4 different microphones you just heard, how each of them sound. Now I'm curious to know, which one do you think sounded best and which one do you think sounded worse? So if you want, go ahead and pause this video right now, go down to the comments below and leave the order of microphone A, B, C, and D in your order of best to worst, and then come back and we'll go ahead and continue on in the video. What we're going to do next is play the exact same 4 audio files, only this time we're going to include the video file with it so you can actually see which microphone I'm using in each of the different tests, as well as in the top left corner I'll put a little text letting you know which microphone that is. After we finish that, I'll come back here one more time and kind of give you my final thoughts of running that blind test for some friends and family that I know and what their reactions were, and then we'll kind of conclude do a little conclusion of what I think is the best option if you're starting out, whether you're best off buying a cheap microphone like the FiFine microphone, whether you're best using your headset microphone, or if it's just better to just use what you got and save up until you can get something really nice, which again, you might be just surprised at the results and what you get for your money from each of the different systems. So pause the video. Leave down in the comments below the order that you think. Don't cheat. Everybody will. So if you see everybody in the comments listing, oh, this microphone sounded the best. Oh, I knew it. I guessed it. They're probably lying. So don't go by that. Like I said, at the end, we'll do what the actual blind test was, where I took just the audio file, played it for people, and had them rank it. And hopefully that'll give you a good idea of what you should do moving forward if you're looking at picking up a cheap microphone, using your headset microphone, or saving up for a more expensive microphone. Alright guys, let's go ahead and play those audio files again with the video files. I'll see you back here in a minute. This is microphone A, and we are doing a quick voice test to see how it sounds and compares to the other 3 mics in this test. All of these mics have a slip over foam pop filter as well as the following filters running on them. A noise gate which makes the mic only active while I'm speaking, think push to talk, and a compressor which helps the mic not peak or distort when I scream suddenly. There have been no other EQ adjustments of any kind to the mics. This is microphone B, and we are doing a quick voice test to see how it sounds and compares to the other 3 mics in this test. All of these mics have a slip over foam pop filter as well as the following filters running on them. A noise gate which makes the mic only active while I'm speaking, think push to talk, and a compressor which helps the mic not peak or distort when I scream suddenly. There has been no other EQ adjustments to any of the mics. This is microphone C, and we are doing a quick voice test to see how it sounds and compares to the other 3 mics in this test. All of these mics have a slip over foam pop filter as well as the following filters running on them. A noise gate which makes the mic only active while I'm speaking, think push to talk, and a compressor which helps the mic not peak or distort when I scream suddenly. There has been no other EQ adjustments to any of the mics.
This is microphone D, and we are doing a quick voice test to see how it sounds and compares to the other 3 mics in this test. All of these mics have a slip-over foam pop filter as well as the following filters running on them. A noise gate, which makes the mic only active while I'm speaking, think push to talk, and a compressor, which helps the mic not peak or distort when I scream suddenly. There have been no other EQ adjustments to any of the mics. All right, guys, so there you have it. There's the conclusions of the blind microphone test. How did you do? Which one did you think sounded the best? Which one did you think sounded the worst? The original plan, I think I said in the beginning of this video, was that I was going to do some blind tests with people to see what they thought as well and include that. Originally, I was going to film all those individuals and the reactions to it so that you guys could see that. However, after doing it with a bunch of people, I realized that would make the video way too long. So I have the results instead. I'm going to share those results with you. You're just going to have to take my word for it, I guess. I have no way of proving the blind test. I don't know if that's a thing that you need to do or not. However, you did get to hear them and then see which microphones they were for yourselves to make your own decisions. So I kind of broke this up into 3 different blind tests. I did a group of audio files. So this is people that have experience and have quite a bit of experience with audio and is very good at determining the quality of said devices. Secondly, I did a group of just family and friends. So like my wife, my daughters, sisters, my my parents, things like that, just family and friends that don't really have much experience with audio, but I just had them listen to them and then rate them from best to worst. And then last but not least, I posted the audio file in my Discord server and had people in my Discord server, just random people, some friends, some just people that have joined my Discord server over the course of watching my live streams, which you can join by following the Twitch link in the description below or the link here on the screen. If you're interested in watching me game, gaming is a big part of my life, hence why I'm doing this review of these microphones. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the results. First and foremost, before I jump into each of the 3 different categories, the audio files, friends and family, and then the Discord server, I just want to say that overall, the best performing microphone, the microphone that got the most votes for the best sounding, which I even said was kind of what I expected, was this Audio-Technica AT2035, which is the most expensive in the setup. It's an XLR microphone, it's not USB, which means in order to run a microphone like this, you need the microphone. You also have to buy the shock mount, the boom arm, the pop filters, everything separately, as well as an XLR capture device that then translates the XLR signal to USB, which plugs into your computer. So altogether, for a setup like this, you're easily looking at anywhere from $300 to $500, depending on all the accessories you get, what type of XLR to USB interface you get. So $300 to $500 for this setup. So it's kind of the one that I was expecting to come in first, and overall 90% of the time it was chosen as the best sounding. Which one was chosen as the worst sounding most of the time? The headset microphone. My Turtle Beach Z300, the microphone that plugs into these, was rated overwhelmingly as the worst sounding microphone, which leaves in the middle the Blue Yeti professional microphone and the FiFine microphone that was $50 for the entire kit, the whole reason for this video. So with that said, the question is, which one of these 2 beat out each other? Meaning that, is this $50? Did it beat out this Blue Yeti and the Z300, making it second place? Well, in the audiophile category, so that is, again, people that have experience with different microphones and stuff, overall, and again, this wasn't, not every single person chose them in this order, but overall, from best to worst, was the AT2035, then the FiFine condenser microphone, the Blue Yeti Pro, and then the Z300 headset microphone. So, kind of shocking to me. I
I thought this microphone sounded good. I myself did the blind test, so when I recorded all the audio files, I recorded them all, but I did not watch them. Instead, what happened was I jumbled up the audio files, so I didn't know which one was which. Listened to them myself, and I also chose this as my second choice and chose the AT2035 as the top choice. So I was shocked, however. I thought for sure in the audio file section of this testing, the people that had experience, I did not expect this to beat out the Blue Yeti Pro. I did not expect myself to pick it out. I did not expect people that have experience with microphones and with audio gear and stuff to pick this out as the second choice, the runner-up. And again, while this one was picked most of the time as the best sounding, there was a couple people that picked this as the best sounding. To be fair, there was also a couple people that picked this as the best sounding microphone, beating out even the AT2035. However, overall, with the audiophile group, it went from AT2035, this second, the Yeti is third, and the Z300 microphone as fourth. All right, friends and family. So in friends and family, actually the results pretty much went the same. The best microphone being the AT2035, followed by the FiFine microphone, followed by the Blue Yeti, followed by the Z300. You did see a little bit of more disparity. Is that the word? That's not the word. I don't know if that's the word. You did see a little bit more jumping around than you did in the audiophile group. For example, there was several times this one, the Blue Yeti, beat out the FiFine microphone. However, again, if you take all the data, this came in second place more often than the Blue Yeti came in second place. Last but not least, the Discord server. This one was, and I want to be as open and honest about this as I can be. With that said, overall in the Discord group, the microphone that won most overall was not the AT2035 or the FiFine condenser, but it was this Blue Yeti Pro microphone. This got first place out of most people in the Discord server, which was about 5 or 6 people total that took the test in there. I will say, I think the reasoning that this beat out the microphone, and even when beat out the other microphones, and even when I pressed the Discord server a little bit, the reason most people said they picked this was because they said it sounded more full. However, there was something a little different about the Discord server compared to the other two tests with the audiophile group and with the friends and family group. And that is that I posted the audiophile and asked for people's opinions, and the first person that responded posted, this is first, this is second, this is third, and the Z300 headset microphone as last place. And everybody else seemed to just kind of follow suit. So I don't think it was really true in the spirit as the others, in that it was a blind test, because everybody else could see what somebody else posted. And as soon as the second person went with that same arrangement, it seemed like everybody else followed that. Unlike the other tests, there was really no deviation from that first response like there was in all the other groups. In all the other groups, while this one was first 90% of the time and this one was last 90% of the time, there was still, a variation of choices chosen of best to worst. In the Discord server, everybody pretty much picked the exact same ranking based off of what the first person said. I'm not negating that, and again, I'm being as open and honest as possible. However, I think the better choice would have been to have some kind of a poll or something where people could vote without seeing what the previous people's responses were. Lesson learned, I'll know to do that in the future with blind tests and things like that, but I think that kind of messed it up in the Discord server. I will say, a lot of people did say in the Discord after I pressed them, as I said, that this one sounded more full. They said it had more of a bass tone to it, so it made it sound more like my voice as a guy than the other microphones did. However, if you do listen to the audio files, you'll clearly hear that this microphone did distort in some stuff some. And what I will say is, if you do like that more
full sound, or you want more bass in a microphone or something, any of these microphones could have an EQ placed on them in which you raise the basses or the mids and drop the highs, or if you like, a tinnier sound, raise the highs and drop the lows, etc. So you can do that with any microphones, and that's really not an issue of quality, just as much as adjusting an EQ to a setting that you like best. So again, with that said, the results from the blind test that I did, which included about 30 to 40 people, so not a huge sample size, but enough people I feel confident in saying that, again, overall, if you take all three samples and take all the ratings, put them together, the microphone that won out most was the Audio-Technica AT2035. Again, a $300 to $500 setup. Second place overall, the FiFine, which was $50 for the entire setup. Then the Blue Yeti, which I believe you can pick up, I think it's in between $100 to $150. I guess I should look that up, but I'm being lazy. But it's somewhere around the $100 to $150 mark. And then last, the Z300. Again, what shocked me most is I did not expect this microphone to come out in first place. I myself did not pick this microphone as first place. Like I said, I picked the Audio-Technica. Most people did. But again, what's surprising the most to me is that this microphone, which is only $50 again for everything, for the entire kit, came in second place. So, and also I will say, the one that did the worst, which was surprising to me as well, not really surprising, I mean I kind of figured, but that I think makes a point, is that if you are getting into live streaming or gaming on any kind of professional level, in my opinion, what comes out of all this is that you are always better off separating your headset, your headphones, and your microphone. You should never buy a gaming headset combo. You should buy a pair of headset or a pair of headphones that do not have a microphone, in which you get all that extra money sunken into a better sounding headphone, and then buy your microphone separately. So if you're rocking something like your headphone that you're using and that microphone and you're looking to upgrade, is it worth spending $50 to buy this microphone, this FiFine condenser off Amazon for $50, again including the boom arm, the shock mount, the pop filters, everything? Or are you better off saving up for something like the Blue Yeti, $100 to $150, or the Audio-Technica AT2035? Without a doubt in my mind, spend the money and upgrade to this, as it's going to take you a while to get to this, $300 to $500, and it beat out this. And probably anything in the same category of something like this, even some of the new gaming microphones that are coming out from companies like Elgato and stuff. Honestly, this microphone is rated high for a reason on Amazon. The reviews on it are great, and the reason being is that overall, it's a decent microphone. Is it the best sounding microphone in the world? Nope. Is it a lot cheaper than $300 to $500? Yes. And it'll last you for quite some time, and I think, personally, the jump from this to this is huge versus the jump from this to this. If you want the absolute best sounding microphones and stuff that you can get, are you going to eventually need to get to something like this? Yes. Is the jump from this to this as impressive as the jump of this to this? No. Which means if you're rocking a headset with a built-in microphone, in my opinion, one of the best things you can do is jump to a dedicated microphone as soon as possible. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Again, I just want to remind you guys that I myself do live stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evening. Link here on the screen or in the description below. If you guys like this video, please hit the thumbs up. It helps me out tremendously. If you're not subscribed, do that by hitting the big red button below, as well as the bell next to it, to be notified whenever I post new videos like this that help you level up your live stream. And until next time, peace out, everybody.